The 10th of November 2017 19H14 copyright up file. Spanish Minister of Defense María Dolores de Cospedal said authorities had not established whether the Russian government was behind alleged social media intervention in the Catalan crisis. Madrid. AFP. Spain said Friday it had noted news manipulation about the Catalan crisis on social media originating from Russian territory, adding the issue would be raised at an upcoming EU ministers' meeting. Spanish media have already accused Moscow-backed outlets such as Russia Today and Sputnik, which have Spanish-language services, of playing a destabilizing role in the crisis triggered by Catalonia's banned October 1 independence referendum. Defense Minister María Dolores de Cospedal told reporters the government had established that many messages and interventions via social networks come from Russian territory. But she insisted that authorities had not established whether the Russian government was behind them or not. Cospedal was responding to a journalist who asked about Russia's interference in preparing messages that could alter the internal workings of some countries, pointing specifically to the Catalan crisis in Spain. She did not give specific examples of the types of messages that had been identified. The El País Daily wrote an editorial Friday denouncing the intense campaign by Russian media that are close to the Kremlin, whose propaganda machine it accused of siding with the pro-independence movement. Earlier Friday, Spain's Foreign Minister Alfonso Dasta said there was evidence of activity by Russian networks, hackers. They're not exclusively aimed against Spain, but it's a manner of destabilizing the EU, he told Spanish radio. Spain's government spokesman Íñigo Méndez de Vigo, meanwhile, said disinformation on social networks was a serious issue. The foreign minister will raise this issue, which Europe must take very seriously, he added, pointing out that strategic communications and the fight against disinformation were on the agenda at an EU foreign ministers meeting on Monday in Brussels. On Thursday, U.S. General Curtis Scaparotti, the commander of NATO forces in Europe, demanded Russia stop meddling in European elections amid concern over Kremlin interference in the Catalan crisis. Moscow is also suspected of interfering in last year's U.S. presidential election and Britain's Brexit vote, and Scaparotti said he was concerned by Russian malign influence in other countries. Copyright 2017 AFP.